Hey everyone, welcome back. We're playing again in some BeamNG Drive Alpha release, so we're testing out some things that most people don't get a chance, well everybody has a chance now to try out, but previously we didn't have a chance to. So if you don't know how to check out the alpha release of BeamNG Drive, I'll explain it really quick again. So if you have the game on Steam, if you've actually purchased it, you'll have access to a Steam key. You might need to go to the website to get that, or it might have been emailed to you at some point. But you can go over to the BeamNGDrive.com website and get your Steam key if you haven't already. And once you have it on Steam, just find the game in your list, right-click on BeamNG Drive, go to the Properties menu, the Beta tab, and select the Beta option. And keep in mind this Beta option does have some cool things such as new vehicles, which we'll get to here in a minute, as well as some silly things like that the roller we have up there that's going to crush our vehicle and hopefully spit it to the other side in pieces. But it'll hopefully be some fun for everybody. Keep in mind that the alpha version is prone to crashing. There is bugs, things aren't completed, there's a couple new maps, but one of them especially is not even close to really completed. There's a bunch of things missing and issues with it, but again, alpha version, so we can't complain. All we can do is thank the developers for it. So let's get to work here. Alright, and make sure you go over to beamngdrive.com/blog so you can check out what all the developers are currently working on and check out some neat things. So let's see what this thing can do. Let's get this thing spinning. Alright, so it's spinning so fast now that it looks like it's spinning slowly. So that's a good sign for us. Now what I want to do is I want to get the best camera view possible for you guys. So toggle free camera, I think that's what I need. I haven't actually used the free camera yet in this version. So I suppose we'll just drive this thing right on up there and see what happens. The big spinning rollers are just running on momentum right now. I think maybe they're actually accelerating still. Guess we'll find out here. Let's find out what happens. Oh man. Woo! Well, let's get rid of this menu. Well, it crushed the vehicle pretty good. As for the rollers, it looks undamaged, and it spat that thing out pretty good. There's pieces laying everywhere. Looks like that's, what is that? Is that part of the grill, part of the front end? And this looks like a bumper. Other pieces, is that, looks like a mirror. Yeah, that would make sense. Alright, so let's get something a little bit bigger and put it through here now. Let's reset that vehicle. And I think I can just go like this. Oh, barrier. No, I want the... Let's do the four-wheel drive off-road. And apparently I need to toggle free camera first. Alright. Off-road. Let's try this thing. That's not a whole lot bigger, but we'll do it just because. So let's go to the free camera again. This time we'll go to the other side to see what it looks like when it gets spat out. This looks like a not too bad angle, I suppose. And drive on through. Uh-oh. I broke it. Oops. I'll be right back. Alright guys, here's the thing. So this is actually the second time I'm trying the crusher with this vehicle. And the reason for that is because the first time, not only did the game crash, but my whole computer blue screened. So that might cause some problems. Let's try again though. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna take the vehicle in forward. I was thinking about doing reverse. But forward seemed to work out quite well last time until the truck got to about here, and then of course every sound that's gone on in the last quarter of a second coming from the game that I can hear anyway echoes in my head super loud infinitely. But other than that, blue screens are fun, you know? Blue screen of death. Alright, so let's put this thing through. Menus, minimized. Alrighty. And here goes nothing. And alrighty. It appears that it stopped the whole thing from spinning. I just put it under more powers. So now it's probably going to spit the whole thing out. Alright, there we go. And I guess that's the crusher we're gonna get from that. That's significant, isn't it? Alright. Next. So from here there's really only one way we can go as far as bigger goes, and that's the new T-Series truck. So it's arguably even bigger. I mean, it's longer and it's probably more heavy duty, but it's not really bigger. Keeping in mind though the other truck was mostly air, if you consider that the box isn't very strong. And let's get this thing spinning again. It should be spinning. And let's just see what happens here, I suppose. So let's get this thing over. Do I want to watch it go in or come out? Let's try something a little different, maybe. We'll see if this will work. Maybe I can watch both. Whoop. Ah, I ruined it. Maybe I can watch the in and the out at the same time. Take that how you want. And we can just drive this thing in. Alright, here we go. It's going to be interesting because the front of the truck is so high. Oh, it's having a hard time sucking the truck in. It's slowly chipping away at it, though. Let me back up. If that's possible, just barely. Try to get this thing realigned a little bit. Again, the thing's spinning at a certain speed where it looks like it's actually staying still sometimes, but it's just spinning at just the right speed where the frequency of your eyes matches the frequency of the rotation thing. Something like that. You know what I mean. I hope. Alright, so this is clearly not working too well. We're going to have to try this again with a slightly different plan. So what we're going to have to do is reverse the truck in. That way it'll hopefully kind of suck it in. Alright. And don't enter quite yet. Here we go. Alright, so the back end of the truck should fit, and then hopefully it'll drag the front end with it. It kind of worked. Right, so there's the back of a truck. And there's the front of a truck. As for the middle, who knows? So the back end didn't take a whole lot of damage. It looks like it's a little bit bent out of shape. The tire's messed up a little bit, but for the most part it's thin enough that it just kind of got dragged through. It didn't really get squished. So let's go ahead and switch to the free camera. Or, not to the free camera. To the actual roller. And try to force this thing through the rest of the way. Alright. Oh. There we go. It's struggling. I'm half expecting my computer to crash again on me, because this is what I was doing the first time it happened. And if you're wondering, well, maybe I don't want to download this alpha version because it's making computers blue screen. You know what? It's probably my computer. I have a history of blue screen errors with this, and it hasn't happened in a long time. And I thought I had fixed it at one point, but it happened again last week for the first time in 4 months. And I think there's something wrong with my RAM. When I first got it, the additional RAM, I updated my BIOS and it fixed it. But I still think something's going on every once in a while. It seems like this thing's slowly sucking the truck in. Alright, there we go. Oh, it's not going to be able to make it past the engine block, is it? There isn't a reverse mode on this. Oh. Oh, man. Free camera, free camera. Alright, that's interesting. Oh. Alright, let's finish the job, I guess. What is it even hanging on by? Not by much. This whole thing's spinning too. I think the truck's actually stuck in one of the rollers. The transport's still working. The drive shaft's still intact. The engine is somehow still working. And the back wheels are kind of spinning. Well, that's it for the roller. Let's move on to something else now. Alright, so I'm just going to switch through some of these things with you guys. I don't know what any of them are. I haven't actually looked at them yet. Crusher example. Looks like you put a vehicle in there, and then you can potentially squish things. So let's get this other crusher. Large crusher. I don't see any way to control it, though. None of my controls do anything. Manual. Oh. I see. Alright, and everything's nicely transparent. Just, huh. Oh, vehicle, wherefore art thou? Let's get something a little smaller, because I don't think this will fit in there, actually. Let's try the good old Moonhawk. Actually, you know what would be better, I think? Is this what I'm looking for? It is, alright. Let's drive this thing in here. Whoop. Doesn't really matter if I scratch it up or dent it up. You know what? That's close enough to the center. It should push itself. Alright, now. And by the way, the way I'm controlling this thing is with the unclick on your keyboard to the right side of the M keys. You have the greater than and less than symbol and the period and the comma, the same keys, I suppose. Those are what I'm using to control this. I think, right? That's what I was. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so one just makes it go one way and one makes it go the other. Simply enough. Here we go. Well, oh my god. Oh geez, it's glitching out. We're gonna say that's the airbag. It just went off. Well, that was funny how much of a cube it looked like. What happens if we just squish it again? Alright. Oh, that's amusing. That was worth the 2 minutes of my life. Alrighty, next up on the list after the crusher, we're going to check out the angle tester. I don't know what this is. Alright, I see what they used it for. I'm pretty sure they posted a picture on their blog at one point showing that the handbrake on vehicles would work to something like 40-45 degrees. And that's just to check how much of an incline you can have your vehicle on without, I don't know, whatever you want to use it for, I guess. Whatever you use a protractor for if you had a giant one in a game. Large bridge. Oh, they showed this thing too. I'm glad they included that. Well, we're going to have to try it out too. of course. So let's get rid of this menu for a second. And let's just drive across the bridge. Also, hopefully I don't forget, but I'm pretty sure there's a trailer somewhere in here I can get for the, just like a pickup or this thing. So maybe we'll, you know what, let's see if I can find that. This thing has a hitch, which is why I'm thinking it might be for that. Front door decal. What is that? Oh, cool. More decals? Sure, why not? Is there anything that says empty van decals? Alright. It's like the BeamNG tech support van. That's neat. Engine tuning. Well, of course we want the engine tuning. Why wouldn't we? Transfer case, whatever. I don't see anything about a trailer. Maybe I'm missing it, or maybe it's not for this vehicle, or maybe it doesn't exist. Oh god, that thing has... Wow, that engine tuning makes a huge difference. This thing spins the tires like there's no tomorrow now. That's cool. Alrighty. And just drive across like, just because we can. Simple enough, I suppose. Ooh. Turn left. Alrighty, and just because I think it would look cooler, let's grab the free camera. Get rid of the menu once again. And I can't tell if the band's going to fall off the bridge or not, because I can't see it. Probably is. That was so silly. Oh my god. Oh, it's still going. I thought it was going to wreck itself on that landing, because it had what looked like a fair amount of momentum there. Uh-oh. Ooh. Well. Alrighty, let's find out what's next here. This is one I was looking forward to. Again, I showed this one on the blog. Large hamster wheel. Oh yeah, that's it. Woo. Let's get something with a little more power for this one. Hopefully I can get this thing and actually be able to drive it. Let's just get the regular version, I suppose. Oops. And go away menu. Alright, and drive right in, and we're going to see how fast we can get this wheel spinning. Oh. If I can get in. That could be kind of key to this whole experiment, couldn't it? I should really do a live stream on this game one day. Only problem is, because of how much the game crashes, I'd have to use my my more laggy setup. Toggle free camera. Alright. Zooming out. Let's watch this thing spin. At the end of this, we're going to slam on the brakes and see if the whole thing will kind of make our car spin all the way back around. Luckily, the surface in there has a pretty good amount of traction. Let's see. So watching the speedometer. Oh. I didn't even notice it fall off. I must have not been paying attention there. Get back over there. We'll try it again. It must have just lost control of the sudden, because I wasn't even paying attention. I looked down for like a second, looked back up, and the whole thing had gone. Oh god. Well, this is suicidal. Woo! All right. Well, that's interesting. um, I wonder how long this thing will keep spinning for until it finally becomes slow enough that the car will just fall down. It doesn't seem like it's very far from falling. She's gonna get dizzy watching this thing. There's no way it's staying up there by much. I think in reality that would probably be slow enough to make it fall. I'm looking for any signs that the car is struggling to keep traction. Let me know if you get dizzy. Alright, there's got to be some way I can slow this thing down. But I'm pretty sure the whole hamster wheel thing isn't motorized. Alright, that didn't take too long. Whole thing eventually just fell off. It looks like those ramps are just separate pieces. And the car has had better days, hasn't it? Alrighty, so after the hamster wheel, let's see what else we have. A tilt board. And as far as getting a car up on there, I don't think that would be super easy to do. I'm not sure how to use the... Oh, well that makes things simpler, doesn't it? When it just all of a sudden unbalances itself. I was going to say, I don't know how we're going to use this. Oh, it's on a bit of a uneven surface, that's probably why. Parking brake on. Free camera. Yeah, it's just a board balanced on the tip of a pendulum. Alrighty, let's see what... Oh, yeah, parking brake. That's key. See if we can keep this thing balanced, maybe. Okay. I feel like I'm on Canada's Worst Driver all of a sudden. Alright, let's make use of the parking brake. Parking brake on. It's balanced, but not as much as I'd like. Yeah, and oop. Come on, car, reverse. I feel like we're really close. Come on. Alright, heck with this. Let's just do this then. A bit of a bounce from everything. Alright, so looking through the list of things, I'm not seeing a whole lot more interesting things. This here is a flip ramp. It's meant to, well, flip your car over. You hit it with just one side of your car and from there it flips. But however, that doesn't seem like something that we haven't really used before, seeing as we just hit the edge of regular ramps and it flips us. Today we're just looking at things like this. We're not necessarily crashing, as fun as that is to do. So looking here, I'm seeing a box. It's probably this hello box. Are you there? Are you a thing? You are not a thing. Oh god, you're glitching my screen out though. As far as the big ramp goes, it's not that big. I mean, let me get my free camera going here. It's a neat ramp. However, I'm not going to use it right now just because we're running short on time, and it's nothing you haven't seen again. Crusher example we looked at, Moonhawk we looked at, concrete barriers were here before, so were steel barrels. Gravel Grand Marshal, is that here before? That was here before, right? Whoops. Oh, I don't want AI. No, go away. Hitting wrong buttons. let's spawn in Grand Marshal. Pretty sure that was with the original game. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one I thought it was. Then there's also Angle Tester, we checked that out. The bridge we looked at. The Crusher we looked at. Hamster Wheel Roller. Tilt Board we looked at. Those vehicles existed before. So that ramp test was just a very basic ramp. Nothing too special about that. I'm noticing everything is kind of slowly moving over to the right a little bit here between I spawn something else new in. So it's starting to hit that hill. So I guess the only way would be to unload the world and come back into it. The sunburst, I haven't showed you guys that in this video at least. I probably should. It's just another little front wheel car. It handles very similarly, which makes sense because it's a front wheel drive car, to the little hatchback we already have in the game. As you can see, there's no interior in the car yet, and the steering wheel is not attached to the rest of it. That's why it's not in the actual game yet, because it's still work in progress. And the same goes with the transport, the T75 thing. It has no interior yet either, which is why it's not in the full game. There's a few different versions of this too. Like we'll look at the Sport, I guess. Not a whole lot of difference. I think there's a sunroof in some of them, and some don't have the sunroof. Also, there's a bit of a spoiler on the back. This one actually says Sport on the back of it too. That's a nice little detail. I think the rims were different too. I didn't really notice though. But basic things you'd expect between different versions of vehicles, as if you were actually buying them in real life. Not most, but quite a few vehicles you can have the option of sunroofs and spoilers and whatnot. And the rest has all been there before too. So let's see if I can't figure out how to get the pickup. Oh, that's nice. I need the trailer hitch though. I need something with the trailer hitch. I want to get a trailer going. Maybe that's where I get the trailer attached to it. Alright, let's just get the regular wheel drive one. Let's go into the menu here. Ooh, can I guess I can't scroll properly. Alright, that's a pain. Tailgate, taillights, rear fender flares. Okay, front bumper, rear bumper. Alright, this is a little bit of an annoyance. Alright, there we go. It fixed itself. All I had to do was close this menu and reopen it. Alright, so taillights, body, blah blah blah. Tow hitch. Well, there was a trailer. I can't figure it out. It must not be in here yet or something, but there was a trailer that they showed on the blog page. I'm just not sure exactly how to get to it. Anyways, guys, if I figure it out, I'll show you at the end of this video here. But oh, there it is. Small flatbed trailer. All right, that'll do. Let's close this thing. Can I guess I can't really load a vehicle up on it though. I don't think the back. Let's zoom out. I don't think that the back door goes down. Otherwise, I was going to put the other car on it. Let's just see if the thing stays on if we go over a jump or something. Oh. All right, so it can fall off. That's good to note. I reset the vehicle, the trailer gets reattached. Alright. Alrighty. I've got to test one more thing though. And that's what happens to the trailer in the case of an accident. Alright. And slow motion. The trailer just tries to come right back through the back window of the pickup. Oh man. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This was a silly video. Alright, I'll see you next time.